There we are. Somebody's driving.
So at the front, we've got Hammy, then we've got Gowden, then we've got Andrew, then Capustic, and then Pirate. And a little way back is Nebo. You can close up Nebo. Yep. Brake on. That's it. Good, good, good. Oh.
Ultimate.
Not bad, not bad. Okay, so Nebo and Capustic, if you can try and rejoin.
That's the tricky part. The rejoin is the tricky.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, that's one of the things we're doing. It's only practice that fixes all this stuff.
So remind us again, it was throttle down, of course, that'll help you slow down. Brake out, then throttle up while the brake's out, right?
If you're coming in fast and you go, ooh, need to stop, throw out the anchor, throttle 0, brake out, throttle maximum, brake in, and then bring your throttle back quick.
And that's all real quick, though. I mean, you don't wait
super
while
fast. Yeah, close, out, open, close, in.
Yeah, you can practice this. Well, like one of the things in an aircraft, you know, you do your touch drills sometimes. Like, where is, like if there's something very important in the aircraft, like in an emergency, touch drills. But you guys, if you want to, like after we're finished streaming, just practice throttle down. Where's your speed brake switch? Pull it out, throttle up, push it in. Just do it. Get that little motor that motor memory and function programmed into your brain. Because if you're having to think of it all in a row, and your brain is having to think of each individual motor skill, it's going to be too slow.
Okay, so we're more or less in a line, trail. So we're now going to go back to off the left-hand 45-degree line from the leader, which is called echelon left. So if you can call it, Hammy.
Okay, and we're going to go to echelon left in 3, 2, 1, echelon left, go.
Okay, yeah, good. Actually, Andrew went a little bit too far. Yep. Pirate went far too far, and Nebo's in another country. So it's, it's only a little bit of movement. It's not far to go. So come back into trail. So if we can get them used to the commands, Hammy, it will be standby.
Yeah, I would have been okay, but I messed my throttle up and I got myself confused getting that back into the right spot. So
if we tell them standby, trail, go.
Nice. It's good to hear. It's good to hear how it's said.
Nebo is blind on the rejoin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good call actually, Nebo. They're saying if you are actually in a formation team and you shout you're blind and everybody's like, right, we know that you're not in visual contact. And that's good. If you imagine in real life, that's an important call to make. It's a very responsible call to make.
But sometimes they can see you. So if you call that you're blind, they'll tell you where they are relative to you.
Yeah, they'll shout 3 o'clock low, you know, brake left, you know.
Okay, we're you're back in trail more or less. Try and close out the back 2 markers. And
you want a right or a left echelon, Steve?
Left, please. They haven't got left yet.
Okay.
Don't go far, guys. Don't go far.
Yeah, gentle, very gentle. Think you are not in a rush to do the following maneuver. There is no rush. Okay? You're getting paid by the hour here, guys. Take your time. No, you're not getting paid. Right. Echelon left in 3, 2, 1. Echelon left, go.
Better. Bring it back into trail for me.
Yes, and into trail formation. 3, 2, 1. Trail, go.
Epic Fool has just said, blind rejoin. Hammy has A-chord flashbacks.
You know what? I wasn't there. I wasn't there that night. You know that. But
really,
I did wake up screaming. Anyway.
Okay.
Is there major stuttering on the stream?
There was a bit. Yeah, I just noticed it over the thing. So,
Yeah,
Um,
coming from
out.
your energizer can.
Hammy, do a right echelon this time.
Okay. Just looking to see. I'm gonna give it a
We got a
little
gap.
bit of up trim. A little bit of up trim. Okay,
I'm-
so I can't. Let me just go external view to see where everybody is. Excellent. I can see one blue jet there, looking great. Shall I get Euro Pirates? Okay, so we're gonna go into right echelon. That's gonna
Nevo's
be a
coming
right.
in.
That's gonna be a right
Sam?
echelon.
I
That's
got
the other
way
side.
I got way out of position and pulled off, so I'm coming back in.
That's all right. Do you want me to wait for you to come in? How far away are you?
He's not
No,
far.
I'm not that far. I'm not that far.
Okay, let's wait for Andrew. Where are you? Let me see if. Okay, let's
I'm,
see if we can get Andrew back in.
About 4 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah, I can see you on my 6 right now. Andrew, I'm gonna make your life more difficult. All right. I'm gonna
Okay,
turn.
go left?
I'm gonna go right. No, I'm gonna turn this right. So you're gonna cut the corner, and because you're gonna cut the corner, you're gonna be going a lot faster. So you need more brakes. Right. So echelon right in 3, 2, 1. Echelon right, everybody.
So in review for our crowd, echelon right means that we are turning right, or we are going to
No.
spread out like a V
No.
to the
It's,
right.
it's another formation. It's in a straight line, but it's 45 degrees out from the leader on the right-hand side of the leader.
Yeah.
And
so
we're still going the same direction.
Still going the same
heading.
direction. So echelon is like, I think I assume it's a military term. Echelon, like, so you're 45. So imagine just sticking your arm out 45 degrees to the right, or sort of 90 degrees to the right, then bring it back, and you
It's
want to
half a
look
V.
over your shoulder, half a V. You want to look over your shoulder, and see everybody back running down your arm because you've got it 45 degrees behind you.
Energizer, if you can put the cam so it's looking down the line, that'd be cool.
Okay. So in front of him then.
Yeah, try to go to
yeah.
your cam, Steve. Your cam keeps jumping out, I guess.
Ah, what's going on? Okay.
But it's all right. Energize.
Yeah, one of the other things, folks, you're not only are you getting a little bit of education and formation flying, we're also learning how to stream live from Shadow headquarters, Global World headquarters, over to Howard in Canada from Europe, and we're all streaming to various PCs in Europe and then around and about and everywhere. So there is a bit of a delay, but it's looking damn good though. It looks really good.
Steve,
Well done, everybody.
Steve,
FD,
if I stream to you, can you then direct it to Howard?
No.
or-
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
FD, you're going to break the space-time continuum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I need the
Next time.
Don't do any of that.
Now, I might not be here next week, so we'll need FD's help.
So for those who are wondering, we got two of the shadows are streaming to me, and then I'm switching screens to switch it out to Twitch. That's what you
Okay.
guys are seeing.
Yeah.
And we can set up as many of those in the future as we need. So
Okay.
no worries.
Hammy, if you can go trail and then do a 30-degree 180.
Okay, right, so we're going to go in trail formation in 3, 2, 1, trail, go. Do it quick, because they're going to bring us around in front of that big, ugly-looking mountain on our left, so get into trail before we turn.
You mean that beautiful mountain on the
Yeah.
Very intimidating.
Okay, roll the trucks, everybody, roll the trucks. Okay. I'm turning if you're ready or not. Got another few miles.
That's it.
That's
Push up,
pretty
pirate.
good.
Push up, pirate.
Push up. You got 30 seconds, and we're turning left. Actually, I'm going to turn right. We got too late.
I was going to say, it's a little safer going to the right.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm going to bring everybody back into the Vic formation. So back into sort of the original
V.
formation they were in, the V
V.
formation. So V formation in 3, 2, 1, go. Take up your original spots, folks.
That's if you had an original spot. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Pirate, if you can be on the center line. Good. That's it. Try and It looks as if you could do with a little bit of curves there, Pirate. You're still bouncing up and down a little bit, so probably your pitch curves could do with increasing a little bit, maybe.
Should suggestion
Sensitivity.
should be down in flames. Should we land and consolidate and then do another session?
Yeah, but we can't do. Well, yes, we can't do that without doing a 180. So
Yes, we're going to do a 180. Yes, I'm not going to chuck it down in the bushes, Steve. Come on, I'm not that crazy. Right, so right turn to 30 degrees in 3, 2, 1. Gentle roll to the right.
Well, you are that crazy, but it's somebody else's stream, so you're not going to do it, are you, Goopy?
Yeah. See this ridgeline we're turning into?
Oh,
Don't worry about
Pirate,
it. Fine.
Pirate,
Oh, big stutter, big stutter. Right. Hammy rejoin. Stand by.
Let me be
Tom,
quiet.
stay where you are. Stay where you are, Tom.
Oh, boy.
Yes. So, who was off of Hammy? Was it Tom?
Yes,
Yep.
I'm going up on Tom's
Oh,
right.
no,
I don't know where
yeah,
he was.
he's fine. He's fine. So Pirate, as we turned, you lost position there. You needed a little bit more throttle as we did the turn, and then you'd have been fine. Okay, that's good. Whoever's on the
your right.
whoever's on the outside left, if you can get a little bit closer to the center line, you'll find life a lot easier.
Two more red jets joining you from behind, above and behind.
Okay.
Oh yeah, cool.
I can't remember, Tom. Were you on my right or left there?
I was on the right this time.
Oh, okay, sorry, I came up on the wrong side. Sorry,
No problem.
I had a big stutter there, so I dropped back and I wasn't
I
sure. if
changed
you
my
were-
flight.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Energizer or Dougal, are you over the airfield?
Yep.
Yeah,
at the runway.
more or less. Yeah,
Yeah.
Energizer's there. Energizer's there.
Okay, got a turn for you.
I should still be on the runway.
Go.
So once get yourself into a nice close huddle, and once we're lined up on our way home, we're just going to practice some brakes and rejoins. Now it's not going to be we're not trying to make you do a nice symmetrical, well-timed brake. We just want to get you away from the leader, and then quite quickly after that, get you back again.
Rolling out.
So if you're on the right side of the formation, so the command is brake, brake, go. The first brake is just to get your attention. The next brake, you will roll to 90 degrees, and then on go, you will pull. You'll only do that to about 90 degrees off track, and then I'll call a rejoin. And it's just to get you used to that. So what is your current speed, Hammy?
305, 310.
Okay. So whoever's on the center line, I think that's Pirate. If you brake right, and the other two guys off the left wing, if you brake left. So, ready?
Okay.
Brake, brake, go. Someone didn't get the memo. Okay, and rejoin.
That looked fantastic, Tom.
Yes.
That looked really good.
Yeah, it looked like there was a bit of time in there.
So if I were you, I would go. If I were you, I would go full power now. Bear in mind, you don't want to be going faster than 350.
No, I would say you can go up to, well,
No.
I know,
So
don't
to recap for the-
don't, that's why you put me out in
Cappy
front to be
yeah,
sensible.
that's
So to
Stand
recap
by,
for the new
stand by,
students.
stand by. Hammy, you'll need to come right if you want to line up the runway.
I'm going to overfly Dougal, don't worry.
Okay, mate.
Thank you, though,
So,
for the heads up.
Steve, if we could just do a quick recap for the new students. Brake, brake, go. Tell us again those 3 steps, and what are we trying to do? A 360, just get wider? Are we going to come back in line? Where exactly are they supposed to go when they brake?
okay. So I will call rejoin when they're only got about 90 degrees round.
So we're pretty far away from the main group, right?
Well, not a huge amount, but they're all coming back in. That's really, really good. And get used to that. Throttle to 0, brake to full, throttle full, brake to 0. the slam on the anchors.
So now when they all did the break, some went left, some went right. Are you asking us to do a complete 360, come back around?
No, no, no.
Or we just
no.
stop
No,
the
no.
brake to the right and come back?
So I say brake, and then I say brake again. There you roll 90 degrees, and then when I say go, you pull, and that will start the turn away from the track.
Good.
I'll then say rejoin shortly after that, and at that
Uh-oh.
point you roll in the other direction and aim for hammy.
Now we're in trouble. H and Frozen are here.
Yeah. The bad examples.
Okay, so we reform.
Well, at least they're not in 747s this time.
Even worse examples than me.
Here we go. Are we ready? I'll call the brake. Brake, brake, go. And rejoin.
So think
Roll
of it
back.
as a very hard S turn.
Yeah, yes, it's an S turn. So full power now. Keep your eye as you get close. Make sure you're not going faster than 350. And then be ready. Oh, are you going a little bit faster, Hammy?
320 now.
So 370 is fine. Okay, so somebody's got back in real fast. That's Cappy Stick, but he did brake really late, so he would have got back earlier. Oh, well done, Nebo, and well done, Pirate. And Andrew as well. Excellent.
I can see there by the oscillation that there's curves needed.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
We'll
yeah,
talk-
we'll talk about that when we're on the ground.
Either that or if you're not on PS guys.
Yeah, sometimes you forgot to go to learn.
Oh, yeah.
Setting stick, you forgot to hit apply and save. We can run through all that stuff very quickly once we're on the ground.
Okay, I want to do another break. Are you ready? Stand by. Break. 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 Go.
That was 4 breaks.
Happy Stick, go. He hasn't got the memo. Ah, is
Yeah.
Happy Stick not?
No, he's not in voice.
Oh, that's why then. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah. I need
Oh,
to
so
give
he's
separate,
getting the delay from the screen then?
yeah, I
instead
need
of
to give
being in voice.
separate command to him to
yeah,
everybody else.
that's
He's
fine.
probably just waiting for everybody else to do it. Yeah.
I'll send him an email.
No, send him a fax. Send him a fax.
What to say? Break, break, go.
Yep,
No, just climb over the. Dougal, just climb over the rear hoop like Kyra does, and then you get the fax machine out. Then send it to a satellite. Send him a fax. Yeah.
First class post.
Right. Did we tell him to rejoin, Steve? I can't remember. Or they
Oh,
just-
Yeah, I can't remember either. We just
He
automatically
did-
rejoined.
Just come back.
He
Come back.
he
I
he
did.
didn't because you did because you got involved with the non-voice command. So
So a lot of us just came back
everybody's
anyway.
everybody's coming back anyway. So.
well done,
Yeah,
everybody.
we don't want to be too far from the flock, right?
Rejoin. There's Krabby. Can you come, Krabby?
Someone can take number 2. I need a cat to feed.
Uh-huh. It's like these rejoins. It always reminds me of like have you ever been menaced by a flock of geese, as in ground geese?
Yes.
Like one of them will take the lead, and then they all come in behind him in formation. You're like, oh god, this is what it looks like when you're flying in formation. Sometimes with people, everybody sort of comes in, they all sort of run in underneath everybody else's wings. You're getting menaced.
Okay, if you can call a 30-degree right there, Hammy, please.
Okay, so everybody's getting closer. 30-degree right turn in 3, 2, 1, and a very gentle right turn.
Okay, so Krabby, cut the corner. Put them in the left part of your windscreen.
Do you want me to maneuver us for a landing, Steve?
Well, I'll just try and get Krabby in formation.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's going to be a little while.
Cut the corner, Krabby. At least 60 degrees, maybe 90 degrees if necessary. You need to be pointing ahead of where they are. That's good. That's good. Now stand by on cutting the throttle and air brake if you need to. Okay, a little bit. Yeah, good. Good. In you come. Yeah, so what happened there, Grabby, is you ended up above the formation. Once that happens, everything comes to go.
Yep, once that happens, look out. And we got your camera back, Steve. That's good.
Cool.
Okay, I'm going to straighten out, Steve. I think the runway's over to our right.
So formation landing isn't really part of the syllabus today, but we want to get down on the ground at least. So what we'll do is notice how formation flying gets harder and harder the slower you get. The aeroplane gets very wallowy. But what's worse, if the leader has already got his air brake out and you're gaining on him, you can't put your air brake out to slow down because your air brake is already out. So the jeopardy is much higher in formation landings. It's much harder. But let's give that a go, and it'll give you something to think about.
Cool. Long final.
So keep thinking ahead. Cappy stick on the right. We got Pirate hopefully in the centre. But
Pirate's coming back. Pirate's coming back slowly.
That's it. Nebo on the left wing, hopefully. And Andrew, I think, if you're on the long tail.
Nope, I'm in.
Yeah, you go trail.
Okay. Got a little out of position here, so just a sec.
Cappy Stick's going to suffer here because, well, Cappy Stick, you
Sorry
won't hear
about
the
that.
voice command, but look for the air brake coming out and the gear coming down and the flaps going down.
I'm going to pop the air brake in. Air brake ready. Pop the air brake in 3, 2, 1. Air brake out. Speed brake out. Same thing. Right turn still coming. Don't worry about going past. Don't panic. Do not panic if you come past. It's fine.
Yeah, so you can't slow down, but what you can do is you can take a longer path.
Yep. Just keep your air brake out.
Just go wide and come in when you've slowed down.
Do not stall. Just keep your air brake out. You're fine. So Neuropirate, just your direct. I am below you at 6 o'clock. Do an S turn left and then right, or right and then left. Just pick one and do it. 200 knots. Holding your nose up, I'm going to start trimming, so it'll get a wee bit bouncy in the short term. Okay, power's coming back a little bit more. You don't want to get too low on the green arc, so the power's going to stay where it is for now. Brake is still out. Going to go to first stage of flaps in 3, 2, 1. First stage of flaps. First stage of flaps. Going to balloon. Okay, and get ready on the landing gear. Landing gear coming in 3, 2, 1. Gear's coming down. .145 knots. Power's coming back a little bit more. Fire's going to stabilize, and then we're going to drop the final stage of flaps. Full flap in 3, 2, 1. Balloon. Nose comes up, aircraft rises slightly, and then it's going to calm down and it's going to drop the nose afterwards.
Also, you notice that if you're at the back, you can sometimes preempt it and put your flaps or your brakes or your gear down a little bit early if you want to slow down. Looking good.
Hard to believe they'll fit all of them on one runway.
Yeah, we can't always.
Just close
Just
your eyes.
over Energizers. Energizers on the runway.
Energizer's upside down on the
Just
threshold.
over him.
Really?
He's been droning it. We'll forgive him.
Yeah.
Throttle off, flare gently.
Yeah,
Right there.
That was a really nice landing.
Well done.
Okay, I'm not on the brakes. I'm just going to roll out. Everybody else, brake as you need to. Air brake in. Just keep rolling. We're going to roll all the way down to forward air. I'm going to start tickling the brakes in 3, 2, 1. Expensive rudder pedals for the in here. Bit of a tickle in the brakes. And flaps to 1.
I would say that was a very good job on the landing. That looked really good on the drone.
Oh, good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, excellent camera work, you guys.
Okay. So I'm just going to ram on the anchors here.
Okay, everybody just get into a line behind me. Just do it. Just don't. You don't have to be fancy. Just get in a straight line down the center line, and we're going to turn to the left. I'm going to turn to the left at the end of the runway. So I'm going to cross the numbers. I'm going to turn hard left, and we're going to come back up the line. Then we're going to park up, and we're going to have a sharp break, and then we're going to have a talk. Does that sound good, Steve? Turning left.
Yeah,
start
we'll
talk.
Then we're going to have a talk. Look out.
not, yeah, we need to talk.
Are we in trouble?
We're going to have a little chat. Okay, sorry, that was work hammy happening there. Okay.
I
Right.
just want to show you what we mean by curves, because I think for Pirate it might help.
Yeah.
And I was also just wondering whether we can get all the for the next bit. I was wondering if we can get all the shadows in front and all the blues behind, unless if we get a massive formation now that you guys are quite good at closing keeping station.
Yeah,
Super cool.
there was a definite and noticeable improvement there. So well done,
Oh,
everybody.
huge. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to come left, everybody. Just throttles off. Use your brakes if you have to. If you're behind me, you're going to park beside Howard here.
Could one of the shadows that's in voice here go and see if we can get everybody who's not in voice from the shadows from here, if we can get H.
Everybody to my left on the runway. Park on my left on the runway. Just copy and Howard here.
Didn't hear what you said, Steve, sorry.
If we could get H and all the other shadows in here, and if we can have H leading the shadows, and we have the blues behind.
I've been fired already, guys. So
Okay.
you know.
There's 3 of them. There's Epic, Frozen, and H in the other bar.
I tell you what, Steve. I've just
Okay.
parked up with the handbrake on. I can go and do it.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
Yeah.
In the meantime, is my stream on? If I can have my stream on, I'll show you about these.
No,
What I mean by the curves.
Turn it off and on. It's not there.
Oh, hang
We're
on.
seeing Dale behind there. Dale's
Okay.
the backup camera.
Yeah, no, it's me. I don't know what it keeps doing.
We'll have to check this
I
out.
might have some setting that says only do it for a little while. Right.
Is that possible?
I don't know. I don't know.
It might be because
Okay.
you're
That's your
technically
Steve.
recording.
Yeah, you're using the recording method, right? But it's still coming to a URL. I think I have to change some settings on my side when we go with the recording kind of screen.
Okay. If we go
Well, we got your screen right now.
into settings.
Good.
And control options. Now, Pirate, you seem to be struggling with pitch. And one way of calming that down is to select your stick, click on sensitivity, and then this is pitch. But if we drag that and that
Oops, lost you again.
to be the same number. Oh, have I lost it?
Yep. If we see Dale's screen come up, oh, there we go. You're back. Okay.
Okay.
Start from there.
I'm back with a plan when you're ready.
So here we go. Just make these numbers the same into the minus. And now you can see that for the same movement, it's doing a lot less to the control surfaces. This is only on the y-axis that you want for pitch. And that might help.
Yeah, it actually does make a difference because I have two configurations for the 339, and one is just flying around, and one is one I set up the last time we did this for formation, and I do have a curve in my formation one.
Yeah, it does help. Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on your setup. It depends on how you fly.
The boys want it.
What you're, it's I don't know why it's doing that. Unless, yeah. So, yeah, if you go to Energizer Stream or Dale, yeah, either of those. What we can find is that as your experience grows, you might need less and less curve. And the thing is, all we're doing is flat moves here and trying to stay on station. The moment you try and do vertical moves and go into, say, a loop, if your curve is too much, as you're pulling back and pulling back and pulling back, you'll suddenly hit the knee of that curve. And the very moment you need it to be really, really sensitive, it's the opposite. Ah, that looked good. Yeah,
You
that
got
looked
aircraft
good.
going both directions, yeah.
That's normal.
So 5 minutes. H and the boys are gonna come down into the stream voice here in the High channel. They're just gonna get landed. They're gonna take a very short break because they've been flying too, and we're gonna take off in 5 minutes. Is that cool?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 20 to the hour. We're gonna take off, and the guys will all be in voice, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'll try and do some recaps of some things that I think that we've learned. Make sure that today you're on blue skies. Make sure that you're
and by blue skies we mean clear skies.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, clear skies. You're right. You're right. Yep.
Clear skies, and then we've all got the same weather, and it's quite benign. Make sure that in your assistance, your turbulence setting is set to low, and it's highly recommended that you assign a button to suddenly have full fuel. So set a button that you can use whilst you're flying that would do a fuel and repair. When you are rejoining, don't close. Well, in the last bit, I mean, go full power. But as you start to see the actual airplanes getting bigger, don't close any faster than 50 knots. When you get there, if you're lucky and you've judged it just right, especially if he's in a curve, In other words, you're not going faster than him, you're just doing a shorter path because you're cutting the corner. There's very little adjustment to be made on the throttle. But if you are coming from behind and you are 50 knots faster, you can slam your throttle shut, you open the air brake full, you put the throttle forward. That gives it time to spin up whilst you're closing the speed brake, and then bring your throttle back to where you think you're going to need it. If you find yourself getting into pilot-induced oscillation, you need to calm it down. Try and halve the movements. You know, if you're moving your throttle forwards and backwards, try and force yourself to do it a little bit less and just take the energy out of it. Bacon says audio is weird. Hello, Bacon. Oh, that's a shame.
How about the rest of you? Is the audio okay?
Come check.
It seemed to have been fine all the
Yeah.
Okay. I think I heard you were on my screen. Was everything okay with the video?
Sorry.
Okay. So when H is leading, if you're in voice, you'll hear his voice about a second delay from his action, but he'll tell you what the action is, so you can sort of be prepared for it. Cornebo, I haven't felt this kind of stress since DCS air-to-air refueling.
I also noticed where the sound was coming from. Dale is streaming to us, and his audio was coming through, so you heard his entry too. I couldn't hear it in my headset, and I don't think Discord could hear it either. But I just scanned all my VU meters and turned that down, so we're good now.
Cool.
I'm back.
Right.
Epic Fool says gone now. Good. Got it.
Have we got the guys in voice? Sorry, I was AFK there.
So Andrew,
we're here.
Andrew, your thoughts about so far? Put him on the spot, right?
I'd imagine that both Howard's and Andrew's brains are leaking out their ears right now.
Overwhelmed.
Well, I don't know. My part of this has been fairly it's not any worse than anybody else's because I don't have to try and change screens or anything. But
it's not that hard. I'm not going to blame it on the screen, but I have to switch hands on the stick and then use the mouse to find the right stuff, right? But it should be manageable. But my hand isn't on the throttle when I'm doing that, and all of a sudden I'm nowhere near. So I stayed back, you guys. The focus isn't on me right now. The focus is on the students who've registered, and the focus is on learning the skills that they're trying to teach us. So don't worry about me. I'll be there somewhere, and if I get close, it'll be great. But that's not the focus. I can practice after hours, no problem. Yeah.
So it more or less goes the same for me. I mean, don't worry about where I am. I roughly know what I'm supposed to be doing. That's just a matter of get this practice in.
Should we get Steve? Should we get H lined up on the runway, and then we can all start muddling towards him and get information?
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's going to take a while. There's a lot of us here.
So as you're doing that, Steve, can you just recap the main skills that everybody was learning right now is to try and stay together, right? That's what I'm gathering. That was really what we're trying to do this first lesson tonight.
So it's trying to get together.
To catch up and stop,
and then stay together,
and match,
and then try and stay in a position that you intend to stay in through gentle turns left and gentle turns right. So that's what we're trying to do. There'll be a bigger formation now, which hopefully will be quite a nice experience. But you want to be tight. Get as close to the other airplanes as you can, because your experience in rejoining will help. I mean, we had Capistic doing very well. Shame he wasn't in voice, so he was obviously getting the commands late. Names.
Robbie,
Nebo was doing very well,
Pirate.
and Pirate was hanging back to start with, but then got the hang of it. but I think you probably would benefit from, I don't know, 10% curves or something. Well, -10, -10 on the sensitivity of your pitch, because it looked as if you were bouncing and perhaps fighting the system a little bit. But otherwise, you did really, really well. And then we had names. It had a
Nebo,
1 at the
Cleric,
end.
Krabby.
Krabby one.
Krabby.
Yeah, I see your question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Really
plane
good.
is just all over the place. On takeoff, I was 90% throttle, and I went right through you guys.
Yeah,
So,
I find that too. It's like you go to 90%, and for whatever reason, you're going faster than everybody else is.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
very uncontrollable. I'm like all over the place. I can't even seem to fly in a straight line. So I just left and changed my livery to one like everyone else, and I'll try again. I don't want to slow anybody.
I mean, things to check when that's happening is, do you have the same weather as people? Have you got the same fuel as everybody? The rule on takeoff is you got your feet on the brakes and you set it to 90%. But the moment
it's one of the hardest things to do. Don't worry about that.
But the moment he says go, adjust. What a lot of people do will adjust on the toe brakes rather than throttle, because if you throttle back too much, then you've got that spool up problem, which on takeoff is a real pain. You want to try and keep the RPM up.
You're right up at the top and there's not much leeway.
Yeah, so try and just touch the brakes if you just need to slow down a little. Of course, that's easy if you've got toe brakes, but it's a lot harder if you don't.
Yeah, and you're not paying for the brake pads, just burn them out, it's fine.
and Joey Bolo, welcome.
Hey, Joey,
how you doing, Joey? Yeah, epic cool, right? Yeah, he mentioned the turbulence a couple times. Yeah, we want that set down to low.
Yeah, the turbulence is great in this sim. It's a lot better than it used to be, but it's not cool for what we're trying to do here, folks. And it's not very realistic either, from what I can tell from the real world. Having lovely bouncy weather over a mountain ridgeline is great for your immersion. And what we're trying to do right now, we're learning. Knock it down to low. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you put it on realistic, you're gonna go, okay, am I bouncing around because of me, or am I bouncing around because of the plane?
Exactly that.
Yeah. And it actually took us in the shadows a little while to realize what was happening. I was getting demoralized myself for a few sessions, and I went, "Hang on,
we have Macy in the waiting room, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Someone can drag him down.
Yep, I got him.
I think we got him at the same time.
Well, he's gone anyway. Hey, Macy.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, Macy.
Sorry, Nebo, you're looking at a Warthog stick. Nebo, what you can do is, with your Warthog stick, you can buy a verbal base, and your Warthog stick will screw into that. Verbal actually do that, so you can
exactly
attach.
What I have. Yeah.
Yep. So you can keep your metal lovely Warthog stick, and it will go into a verbal base, and you just have the verbal base and verbal software, and that's it. So you're not painting for the 150 buttons that I have on my stick as well that I never use because I don't do much combat.
Thanks, man.
There's another thing that people will do is they'll trim down so that in level flight they are pulling back on the stick, so their null point is not in that big.
Yeah, and you can't do that on a Warthog.
That tip really helped. It did help a little bit when we were coming in on final, because I was trimming up, but we were already in a nose up position, and it was a little bit easier to match.
Yeah.
So some people will nose down all the way through the flight, so they've got this back pressure even in level flight, and that can make it easier. Certainly for a Warthog, and some people even do it when they've got verbals.
No, I've only used a Warthog once, and actually, that's when I broke into two-toe Murphy size. And I used it set up. No, I was there. I was 18 months ago or something.
If you want to know my thoughts on the Warthog, I've just given mine away.
There you go. Nothing more has to be said.
Yeah.
Right?
Good riddance.
That's fine, guys.
It's not fair. It's not fair on a lot of people, because the Warthogs are such a big step up from
Absolutely,
the lower echelons. God, sorry, repeating our words here. There's such a big step up from the cheap stuff. Well, some of the like the T1600 is a great stick, but it's a big step up from your X52's Cytex or your X52 Pro that I used to have. It's a huge step up.
So we've got Scooby in chat here. He's one of the very, very fine formation flyers in the that's broken. In the shadows, and he flies with a Warthog, and he says you very much can trim down with the Warthog, and it works fine for formation flying. So there you go.
There we are. I experienced Purple first, and then I tried the Warthog, and I was thinking, no. And I've actually used Nick's when I was over on Nick very kindly, very generously. I stayed with Nick for 2 nights. I slept with Nick. Sorry, fly with Nick. That was a joke. I fly with Nick. I stayed in Nick's house in San Francisco for 2 nights, and
I don't know.
Yeah, seriously bad artifacts on stream.
Yeah, Nick has the Gladiator. What's that? VKB Gladiator. Excellent stick. It's a big step up, but it's not as expensive as a Verbal. And I thought that was a good one, but it still self-centers a little bit too strong for me. But I'm now spoiled.
So you're saying it's a self-centered stick? Okay.
Yeah, the Gladiator is, but it's not as like.
I had a Gladiator. It was very nice. Yeah. Now I have.
Yeah, it's but the Verbal is better. You pay more, you get what you.
We're going full fuel again, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, we will. Guys, come and join us.
Yeah, everybody come down. I don't know what formation we're going to take off, and I'm going to feel it.
All the red jets go forward, and I'll stay at the back.
So your Energizer cam is just coming back in now, sort of, with some pixelation.
Yeah, it's something
there we go. That's better. And my screen is the backup. When it defaults to my screen, then that's when you see.
I'm going to take outside right because why not? I haven't been here in about 6 months or more, so.
I'm just following the plane in front of me, but I hope I don't overrun them. Come on, let's go.
Winning any good bacon? I have no idea. I hear they're decent, but I've never experienced one for myself. I don't want to say.
I've got a throttle from them.
Chunky uses the Winwing.
Yeah,
with the
you got
F-16.
the throttle. What do you think of it?
I've got the throttle in the MIP stuff and top quality, just as good as Virpil. because I've got the stick from Virpil.
I think Tom was. Oh, Tom, what's your view?
Tom's feeding a cat.
Tom's feeding a cat. Yeah.
And by the way, Tom's cat is like it's not actually a tiger, but
bears like one.
Yeah, it murders enough stuff in a day to be like it would feed a tiger. Anyway, if you've seen our own Discord and the kill to death ratio of Tom's cat, then yeah.
It's quite funny. He's in VR and he's just bought noise cancelling headphones, so he's really in a world of his own, and the cat will then have a difference of opinion as to where the throttle should be when he's in formation. But he's progressed now. Chili actually works the joystick as well during formation. So,
wow.
Or deposits another mammal upon his very person in the middle of a stream. Yeah.
So now
they're like that.
Yeah.
This layout we have on the runway. Getting back onto the topic here, this layout we have on the runway, you guys, is there a specific reason? Like, I guess it's the confines of the runway. We can't go. Well, we could fit one more plane on the left side, right?
Yeah, you
on the left side of FD, right?
Yeah, you probably wouldn't.
And then everybody else should go further inside again, or like, is there a rule?
Wherever
obviously we can't take off on the grass, right?
We don't normally go farther than 5.
Steve, do you want to pop up on the outside left and try that, or is your brain?
So I was going to stay at the back so that I'm sheepdog, but who is in trail?
Macy.
Macy, could you come outside left?
Yeah. And then we could have.
So then we've got a delta in the front, and then push up, blue jets, push up.
And before we take off.
No, that's not Macy. I had Duff Jen. Whoever's turning was in slot, and that's fine. Oh, hang on. Maybe that's not. Oh,
Maybe
I've got to
that's
go.
maybe that's a spawn point for them.
One hanging back on the left is me.
Ah, right. Okay.
No, Macy can go
No,
like
left.
left, right,
Right. Okay. No, the other right.
It's got to be a long night.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It is coming up to midnight here over here.
Who's the blue jet at the back? That's it. Push all the way out.
That's Nebo.
Okay. Push up. Don't start behind. There we go. There we go.
H, just push forward about 10 feet so we can get Macy in straight. Please.
Macy's in. Macy's in.
Has he got it? Has he got it? Sorry, he's got
Shadow.
it.
Bacon says first it was too many buttons, now it's too many planes.
Yes.
Should have taken a left turn at Albuquerque. Oh my gosh, that's a Bugs Bunny quote. So for those who've just tuned in, we're in the middle of formation flying training with registered students who are the ones on the runway, and anyone else who wants to spawn in somewhere and just watch with your drone cam, you certainly can, but why not sit back and watch the camera work that's being supplied by Energizer and Steve, and then we get some really good views while we're in the stream. Welcome aboard, everybody.
Can I get my racing driver excuses in soon? I don't actually get the chance to do that much formation flying anymore due to life, the universe, and everything. So I'm on the outside right, which is really difficult. So forgive me in advance.
So explain why the outside is more difficult. Is because like the circle again that you were talking about earlier, the circle analogy.
Yeah, think of it as cracking a whip from the center, right? So if H is Indiana Jones in the middle, and he cracks the whip, that whip is supersonic by the time it gets to the outside, right? So that big waveform, if I react to the man just beside me, so in the middle, you got number one, right? And then the guy on the outside, he reacts to what H is doing, and he moves up or down. He's moving in space and time. He moves up and down. If I only react to the guy in the middle, like inside me but not H, we're starting to crack the whip, right?
Yes,
so the waveform starts getting bigger. I should be only reacting to what H is doing, because the guy between me and H is reacting to H, and he's reacting in his own time in space and time, and we should all.
So H knows the numbers to, if he turns at a certain rate, he can only go at a certain speed and at a certain bank before the guy on the outside runs out of power.
Yeah, cool.
Now that only works.
You crack the whip.
Yeah, if you're even further away, then those numbers don't work for you. Just make sure that your speed brake is in and you are flaps 1 and that you've gone full fuel.
Because the 339 does like to drop its speed brake when you spawn in. Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Anyway, so H is probably here. So say hello, H.
Hello.
There he is.
Here he is.
He's waiting
H,
patiently.
if you could lead us on a climb out, and if it looks as if we're all together, do some gentle turns, and then once you think we've done some turns in one direction, you can even call some formation changes and see what happens. But then call a break or two. It's just a flat break, and quite quickly after that, call a rejoin and see if we can all do that.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Ready? Everybody ready?
Over to you, H.
So remind us of what the configuration is. We got first flap and toe on brakes,
Yes.
and emergency brake off. We're going to be going to power to 90. Is that it? Do I have it right?
Yep.
H will tell you the power. Yep.
Okay.
So on the brakes, power to 95, sorry.
You said 95, not 90.
Yeah. So no, I meant 90. I'm so used to the 18.
Who didn't have his brakes on?
Well, that's the silly
90.
part, is I actually have my toes down, so something.
Oh no!
No, it actually happened to me at the very beginning.
Yeah, it's happened to me too.
Yeah, right. So we're at 90. Everybody's burning fuel. H, over to you.
H said 95.
90.
You correct it to 90.
I'm so used to the F-18. Off the brakes in 3, 2, 1.
And then adjust as you need to, folks, if you get left behind.
just then your screen goes crazy.
Ah,
Oh,
That's too bad. No,
Yep.
But anyway, I'm focusing.
restart.
Rotate.
Mine's running. Mine's running if you've got that button, but it's a bad time to be changing the buttons.
So is mine.
Oh,
Fly with
brilliant.
my left hand, no problem.
Gear up.
Got it. He said gear up. Yeah, see, that's. I don't hear the command. Yeah. Yeah. Don't mind me, you
Flaps
guys.
up.
You've
You
got to get
guys-
the memo. Flaps up. Looking good so far. Make sure you stay below the formation. Don't go high. Looking good. We got Neuropilot, Dale, Cappy's stick. Somebody who's so close I can't see the tag. Nebo. Krabby, is that still giving you trouble?
85 power back now.
Yep, it's giving me trouble. I'm gonna have to find some alternative.
Nice.
I may bail out. You know, it's almost impossible to fly. So
How strange.
Did you check your flight model in the settings and check if it's set to modern?
Oh, yes!
Is the 339 still flight in
Still
the
on
legacy
modern
flight
or
mode?
on Legacy, yeah.
Yeah, make sure it's
Should
not.
be on
Sometimes
modern,
the
right?
sim update changes that automatically.
Should be modern.
Should be
Yeah.
modern.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, report back. Go and do that and report back. Even if it
but-
hasn't done it, there may be other things we can help you with.
Bacon, I'm not in charge of cameras today. No.
Rolling right.
Looking good, guys.
I'm staying back with Dougal. I'll follow him.
Someone needs to keep Dougal company.
We need a T-shirt, like a Shadowless Flame Team T-shirt that just says "I follow Dougal." Just says that.
I thought you were going to say Dougal made me do it. That's the usual
Dougal made me do it.
accusation.
Dougal. It's Dougal's.
Keep
Dougal's
calm
fault.
and
no,
follow
you know what it
Dougal.
is, guys? Steve said he was staying back to shepherd, but somebody needs to stay behind Steve to keep an eye on him. You know that.
Right. Okay.
Sad
I'm
but
on it.
true.
Yeah.
Oh, Bacon just cheered with 100 bits. That's very kind of you.
Hey, thanks for the cheer.
Hey, people are closing up. This is good. Get nice and tight. Get pushed right forward. Otherwise, things will get difficult for you. There's Dale, Nebo, Cap your stick, Nero Pirate. That's good.
Anyway, where is Nick? What's he doing?
Well, he didn't say, but
Skiving.
we call it skiving.
That's the only explanation.
I'll have to say that I said live on Forder's stream that I said I've slept with Nick.
He
said it
used to
twice
co-
now, right?
Yeah, I know.
He used to call it
Pretty
skiing, but we
timestamp it.
assumed he spelt it wrong, so we called it skiving.
Rolling out now.
I can see the future, Steve. I'm not going to say it out loud.
Okay, this is looking good. So, what we will be doing in future evenings is starting to introduce some vertical maneuvers, which brings in a third dimension. Well, you've already got dozens of dimensions, but yet another dimension to worry about. H, just give us a wing over, will you? And let's see what happens. And we'll explain how these wing overs work in a future lesson.
Pushing.
That means its stick is going forward.
Release.
Stick is centered.
Coming up now. Via left
Pulling
wing
up.
over.
Pulling up. Get ready to roll left.
Holding there. Rolling left now.
So keep the pull, but start the roll.
Holding the bank now. Tightening. Rolling out now. Releasing.
That's good. That's good. Pirate, very well done. So now you've got a rejoin to practice. Off you go. So we've got Capustic on station, Nebo, Pirates in there. Dale's coming up. Okay, that's good. Can we do another wing over?
Yep. Coming up now. Holding there. Rolling left now. Holding the bank now. Tightening. Rolling out now. Releasing.
Okay, so there's improvement there already. Tighten up, guys. Rejoin. So the purpose of that was not just to give you a little bit of an insight as to what's coming, but also to split you up a little bit, and then you get a little bit more practice at getting yourself sorted out afterwards. I think they did so well, H. We need to give them something a little bit more difficult to split them up and get used to a rejoin. Can we do a loop, H?
I think if we're doing wing overs, we might better try a barrel roll.
Well, I was going to do a loop first, and then a barrel roll, which is a combination of them, isn't it?
All right. Rolling left now. Let's not do it over the ocean. Well, the lake.
Yes. Don't forget, the closer you are to H, the easier all this is going to be. So get used to rejoining and tucking up tight. Don't hang back.
Tightening. Let's push past 90. Set. Rolling out now. Loop coming up now.
Lots of power, Nebo, lots of power. Good.
Holding there.
We lost Pirate.
Oh, Nebo blind, breaking up.
Lost Nebo.
Let's bring the power down. Set.
And we haven't lost Howard.
Releasing.
Good work. And Cappy sticks with us as well. Okay, rejoin. So what's your speed, H?
360. Rolling left now. Hold the bank.
How are these rejoins going? So we've got Dale there.
Tightening.
Happy stick. Andrew's closing well, good. So let's tighten up. H, if you could do a break at the end of the runway for us.
Okay.
If you're on the left side of the formation, brake left. If you're on the right-hand side, brake right.
We're doing rejoining on the 180.
Yes. So what's
Right.
going to happen is you need to go back the way you came and look for H. He will be very high and behind you. And what you want to do is try and master the rejoin as he comes down. As he comes down, he's going to be super fast. So just try and judge that.
Stand by. Brake, brake, go.
Ah, great. Really nice. So keep turning until you're going back the way you came. And then look high for H. He'll be over the centre line of the runway. He's on his way down now. Hopefully you can see H.
350.
Low over the runway.
Fringe foot.
And you should see a whole bunch of shadows converging on a point. That would be H. Super good there. Let's go away so I can see the name. Cappy stick.
Right.
Good rejoin. Try and tuck up. Here's Nebo.
People rejoin.
It's good. Dale's coming in. Grabby's coming down. Andrew's coming up. Cut the corner, Pirate, so I'd do a 180 if I were you and aim for the C and really get ahead of the formation. So Capistic and Andrew, if you can try and you can afford to go full speed there, but also cut the corner. Put the formation on the left-hand side of your windscreen. Shut the throttle, brake out, maximum throttle, brake in.
Rolling out now.
So Capistic did a oversped, but did a barrel roll to slow. Great option. As long as you know there's no other aeroplanes near. This is good.
That's looking really good.
I think one more of those H, and then perhaps some.
Once we're on the ground, maybe you can explain what was happening there for everybody who might be confused.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll talk through it again, because what happens is everybody brakes either left or right. H will go up, into basically 3/4 of a loop.
Half
and then
Cuban.
We're doing a 180 to catch up to him, or no?
yes.
What,
So
or a
so
full,
be-
or full
we're-
360.
No, 180. You're going back the way you came.
Right.
But you won't see him to start with because he'll be so high. By the time that you're trying to come back in towards the runway heading, he's still very high and very slow. But as he starts to dive down to your height, he's gathering a lot of pace. So you just need to look up and try and get with him.
Coming up now. Rolling left now. Holding the bank now. Tightening.
Completely lost. Look at that. Where'd you guys go? So that's the problem with an
Go
overrun.
left.
Guys.
Go left, Howard.
Yeah. When you do an overrun, I put on the speed brake, lost you guys completely out of my view, and then once you're searching around, then you can't.
Oh yeah.
You got to find the group, and then you got to figure out how to get back quickly.
Yeah.
Are you using
I'll cut the corner.
Are you using head tracking, Howard?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, I find Howard, if you lose the formation, go full throttle. You're going to need the power. Doesn't matter where they are in the world.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's a top tip.
Even if you're further from.
If you've lost him, you're nowhere close. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Fair
go
idea.
full
Yeah,
throttle.
that's exactly it. I did full throttle, and I'm trying to cut the corner here. I think you guys are still on the bank.
No, we're just straightening out. We're heading for the runway.
All right.
So you want another break, Steve?
Yes, please.
Okay. Rolling right.
We've got Nebo, Neuropirate, Dale with us. And somebody joining. Krabby One. Brilliant.
Rolling out.
Make it a speed check.
350. Stand by. Brake, brake, go.
Good. And keep turning until you're heading back towards the runway. Sort of 45-degree intercept. H is vertical now. He's inverted. He's on his way down. You should start seeing him. He's behind you. He'll be going along the runway.
So he did a half Cuban, is that it?
Yes, half Cuban.
400.
This is good.
$360. $350.
Europilot, they're off to your right. Back in towards the land. So Capistick, Andrew and Nebo are on it.
Rolling right.
One of the things is when you do a break, when you do a break over the airfield, you will learn to know where to expect the leader.
Yes, you do get used to it. But the main purpose here is to practice the rejoins. It's a much harder case than the one that the gentle rejoins, the breaks and rejoins that we were practicing earlier.
This is simply to show you that it can be done. And again, it can be done reliably, So You'll get there.
But we'll be talking through some of these vertical maneuvers, the wing overs, and the loops, and how that eventually leads to a barrel. So if you tuck up now and get ready for, I think, a formation landing, H.
Okay.
All in one session. Wow.
Yeah, we'll recap everything. Don't worry.
This is sort of experience rather than how to do it. But you know, we've got to get down. So you're already in formation, and some things will go wrong. But then when we talk about them and the issues and some of the things you can do about it might be a little bit more relevant when we explain it.
It's all part of learning as well.
Yeah, it'll look good or it'll be funny. You know.
Yes.
It'll look good or it'll be funny. That's a good one.
And no collision in Microsoft, so it can't go that wrong.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
That's good. Don't forget, once the air brake is out, you can't use the air brake to slow down. You can go wide a little bit so that you're doing a longer path.
Or stick your hand out the window.
Yeah.
Like a dog.
Yeah.
Both hands. You can see both.
Yeah.
Steer with the legs, it's fine.
Feet through the floor and do.
Keep a spoon in your pocket.
Yeah, spoons out. Yes. Yeah, Scoobs has just said outer left is looking pretty solid. That's Capistic, good work.
Speed brake out now.
That's good.
Rolling left now. Tightening.
Expect things to get a bit wallowy.
So throw me in the deep end, Steve. I haven't done this on this plane in ages.
I had a complete fluke cage in the last landing. I brought them in and I was like, oh, it worked.
Try not to sound surprised.
Yeah. Well, the one before that was pretty disastrous.
Flaps half now. Head down to 80. Releasing. Set. Landing gear coming down now.
Page speed brake in.
Cheers. Let's bring it back out.
Yeah, mine has as well. Every other time you bring the speed brake out with the gear, it will go in of its own accord, and it shouldn't. So you just need to check that gauge. Speed brake should be half down.
Was there a speed change in there somewhere?
Pads down to 80. Flaps full now.
I didn't get what that speed change was.
It was 80, but
oh,
yeah.
80. I see what you mean.
Yeah, but really.
So what do you say? You didn't say speed 80. What do you say? RPM?
It refers to RPM.
So,
not 80 knots. 80 knots. Just might as well start digging you a grave now.
But it's
back now.
It's not for you to look at the gauge. It's just for you to realise that he's putting more power or less
Slowing
power.
down, yeah.
Head down to 70. And pull.
Looking good.
Bit of
Come
top
down,
knot
tear
going
off.
on. Going on. Whoa. Never look at the stream when you're trying to look cool.
Because
The
guess
little
what happens
currency.
next?
Good advice.
It's like, that looks cool, and then you look back at your own screen, you go, oh no!
Oh, that looks really good.
Let's go speed brake in. Flaps fully up.
That's work, H.
Cheers.
Yes.
Yeah, it was nice.
Let's all go trail to the left. Single file.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
It'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen?
Oh, left, oh god. I was going, that's easy. Oh no, I'm on the wrong side. Oh no.
The way that you know that you
I'm gonna
are
let the blue, Mr. Blue, you can go in there. See,
the
go on.
right distance is the width of the elevators of the aircraft in front.
I apologize in advance because I see some of the planes are just lights to me.
Oh, really? Oh.
Oh, and then we're stopping. Okay.
But put the elevator width the same as the
I don't think we are, Howard. That was just, wasn't meant to be a stop, I don't think.
It just punched up.
It's just the way it worked.
That's just highway driving.
So anyway,
Tap of the brakes at the front means it turns to a dead stop at the back.
Oh,
Acord did ask us to fit brake lights, but we haven't managed it yet.
Well,
we've got a bit more hazard tape before we do that.
Yeah, Acord doesn't need brake lights. He needs a pair of glasses.
so the call out was top of the brakes, tap of the brakes, right? That's
No.
something. No.
It wasn't that, Howard. It's simply to do what we've just done. We're expecting you all to be completely intuitive, and like this taxi stuff, it's actually very easy. But if it goes wrong at the front, it because somebody makes like a small overcorrection, then it goes like a waveform through the back of the formation, and then you end up coming to a dead stop. Don't worry about it. Don't think about too much what just happened there. That's
Like motorway driving.
yeah, it's motorway driving.
It's standard highway.
Yeah. It's
The guy at the front taps his brakes. The guy behind him sees the flash, and the guy behind him sees the flash. And by the time you get back about 20 cars, they come to a dead stop.
Yeah. That's all that just happened there. There was nothing, just experience. That's all it was.
Do you want to park up on the grass to be or?
Yeah.
Okay, coming left.
It looks pretty cool there on stream.
So when we park up on the right,
Park up on my left. I'll park in a certain way.
Yep. Just wait for H to look, just gauge what he's doing, and then make sure you've got at least half a meter or a foot and a good bit between yourself and him. Match his heading. Match H's heading.
I usually go external for the last little bit. He'll probably put his
Heading is 032. So I'm actually on that.
032.
Oh, 330.
Oh,
330.
who stopped in the red jet?
Sorry, I'm getting confused. 033.
033.
Yeah, sorry. I'm getting, it's the
We'll
older
get there.
stuff.
We'll get there.
I want my Modern 18 back.
Yeah, you have to actually look at the steam gauges. 033.
what he's done is put his nose wheel on the line and the front of the fuel tank on the same line.
You can use Shift P to go a little bit backwards, like I did.
Yep. Don't worry, you're not going to get it perfect the first time. All we're trying to do here, guys, is look good. Yeah?
All funny.
Which you are.
Just trying to look cool.
You might play this in the bush somewhere.
Yes, I bet it is.
Or in the forest.
Gone for a picnic.
You know what, Energizer? It's over the horizon. It's quite funny. It's
Is it
going
actually?
near the airfield.
Oh, it is as well, yeah.
I don't use it
Trying
anymore.
to follow the dots. Don't turn off your lights.
Everybody turn off
That's
the lights.
probably you in front of me.
Oh, someone's gone into the menu. It's back. Good.
Well, and all the libraries that I can see changed somehow.
Oh,
Yeah, it comes and goes deliveries. It's Microsoft.
That's so weird.
now, is there a gap there, or have people gone into the menu?
I think it's also people disappearing, Steve. I've seen
Okay.
2 or 3 disappear.
Yeah, we've been very lucky so
Oh no,
far.
they're coming back. They're coming back.
Coming back. Looks like we're dropping 3 frames there on stream.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, the beginning of the end.
We got there. We're here. We're on the ground. I've turned my engine on.
Oh, we got it. Good.
I'm telling you,
guys can
that
fill the
last
gap
pull
back.
on the brake, too many G's.
For a first attempt, you guys behind the tech did great.
I
Yeah,
think so.
pretty good. We can do more with this in the future, like not just like the formation flying, but the tech as well. We can share stuff.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, there was no rehearsal for this. No dress. This is the dress rehearsal, okay?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the important thing is, I thought the people that had signed up did really, really well. There was definite improvement as it went through. We often say that formation flying is like 10% knowledge and 90% practice, and hopefully the evening reflected